Traumatic incidents such as RTCs, sudden deaths and violent assaults are commonplace in everyday operational policing. With fewer officers on the ground, it can seem that it's just down to us to sort ourselves out before moving on to the next job. This can feel pretty challenging after a time. When an incident's particularly extreme or threatening, the brain will struggle to file it as past, because it still wants to make sense of what happened. An area of the brain, called the amygdala, acts like an alarm bell, and another, the hippocampus, puts these events in context, helping to reset the alarm. But in policing, this alarm is going to keep going off. This constant stress signal can damage the hippocampus, stopping it from working well. This means that traumatic incidents can keep reappearing as if they're still going on. We'll do anything to avoid reminders of them, including avoiding people. Without realising it, we may end up feeling numb, cut off, and a bit distant. With the alarm bell continually sounding, the stress response stays on in the body, bringing with it all sorts of uncomfortable physical experiences. We can feel sweaty palms, raised heart rate, stiffening limbs, preparing us to fight or flee. What is more, when the alarm keeps going off, the body never gets the chance to reset. Physical signs of stress can sneak in to become part of everyday life. Police officers can get used to fatigue, chest pain, heart problems, and stomachache. These often flare up in difficult times when we're under other pressures from work or in our personal life. The latest neuroscience research explains why resetting the stress response after trauma exposure is so important in policing, whether it's a big event, a build-up of many smaller ones over time, or just the daily grind. We need to make time to reset the brain after each incident. Otherwise, it literally rewires itself into this stress mode, becoming our new normal. The good news is we can do something about it. Just like a muscle, we can build up the brain to do what we need it to do. All it takes is a bit of practice. This isn't difficult nor complicated. It just takes deliberate effort to apply the techniques when we need to. We can learn to sense and be more honest about what our body is telling us, to understand the warning signs and take decisive action.
Using our bodies is an effective way to anchor us in the here and now. We can simply spend a few moments focusing our attention on the feel of our feet on the ground, the air against our skin, the opening of our chest as we breathe in, the gentle letting go as we breathe out. Just having a sense of the body standing here can stabilise our attention so we can focus on what we need to do with clarity, steadiness and resolve. Our attention is on the here and now. We acknowledge that we are as safe as we can be, have the resources we need and are connected to and supported by those on the job with us. If difficult incidents keep revisiting us, we need to put them in their place, there and then, not in the here and now. We can do this using techniques with just pen and paper. By simply drawing out what happened from an overhead view and putting events in order in a timeline, we are boosting that part of the brain, the hippocampus, that we need to make sense of it all. These techniques are already used in interviewing witnesses, and they are just as helpful when we as officers have ourselves witnessed something that has been challenging to us. Remember, give your brain the time and space it needs for you and your body to be the best you can be for a job like no other.